Sessions are kind of similar in GA4 in that they end after 30 minutes of no activity, but a session can last forever. In GA3, if you went past midnight, a new session started. In GA4, as long as you're active, as long as you're interacting with the website, it will last forever. So one of the first things that people do when they install GA4 is that they compare metrics from GA3 to GA4, and the sessions are often really off, particularly if it's a website where you have a lot of visitors throughout the day and the night. So you've got people who are crossing that midnight barrier. The sessions will look very, very different, and people think, is something broken? Well, it's not. It's a different definition of session. User engagement is a brand new concept in GA4, a concept that's actually being tracked. So a user is considered engaged when they spend 10 seconds on a page, 10 seconds or more, or they view 2 pages or more in that session, or they do a conversion event. And you get to define what that conversion event is. But if they purchase something, for example, and that's a conversion event, then they are considered an engaged user. And this is really an active user, somebody who is engaged. Google considers them an active user, and that's what they report on in most of the interface. When they say users, they're actually most of the time talking about active users. So again, if you're comparing your GA3 data to GA4 and the user count is different, it may be because GA3 reports on all users and GA4 is primarily reporting on active users. You can still get all the users, but the default is the active users. So if active users are 85%, and here comes something that people have been wondering about for a while since GA4 was introduced, what happened to the bounce rate? The bounce rate was removed from GA4 until recently, and now it came back as the inverse of active users. So if your active users are 85%, then your bounce rate is 15%. And that's a very different definition than what we had in GA3. So again, if you're trying to compare things between your old and the new, in a lot of ways, they aren't comparable.